6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with protests at the Wisconsin Capitol during yesterday's gavel in, gavel out session on abortion. Advocates dressed in pink to rally and call on legislators to repeal the state's 172-year-old abortion bill dating back before the Civil War. The law bans abortions in all cases except for pregnancies that threaten a woman's life. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin has already suspended its abortion services starting this Saturday. It's referring patients out of state now in anticipation of the repeal of Roe v. Wade.
In Dane County Court yesterday, the woman accused of killing a bicyclist on Mineral Point Road this month waived her right to a preliminary hearing. So a not guilty plea was entered on behalf of 42-year-old Okema Jones. She's charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. 29-year-old Taylor Dunn was killed in the crash. More baby formula will soon be headed to the U.S. to ease the nationwide shortage. 3 more Operation Fly formula missions are scheduled for this weekend. The largest is a truck convoy of Gerber formula coming from Mexico. That alone will bring 1 million pounds of formula into the U.S. The White House also says Bub's formula is coming from Australia and Nestle formula is coming from Germany.
Market Street Diner and Carl's Cakes now closing permanently in Sun Prairie. While Market Street Diner has already closed, Carl's Cakes still accepting orders until June 30th. They've been open since 2005. With the pending sale of its building, the company says Carl's Cakes just couldn't stay alive, especially without the diner. So the team decided it was best to ultimately close.
A celebratory ribbon-cutting ceremony in Verona yesterday. It was for the expansion project on Millipore Sigma's campus. The $65 million expansion is now a 70,000 square foot facility. And it'll be bringing in an additional 50 new jobs in quality, engineering, manufacturing, and supply.
Tomorrow marks 1 year since the deadly condo collapse in Surfside, Florida. The 12-story building crumbled at 1:30 in the morning on June 24th. 98 people died. Only 4 survivors were rescued from the rubble. Earlier this year, a memorial with the names of all of the lives lost was put up where the South Tower once stood.
6 people are dead after a helicopter crashed in West Virginia. The Bell UH-1B chopper, known as a Huey, went down yesterday afternoon. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating.
Breaking news overnight. Prosecutors are asking that Ghislaine Maxwell spend at least 30 years in prison for her role in Jeffrey Epstein's sex abuse scandal. The 60-year-old was convicted in December for sex trafficking crimes. She now faces up to 55 years behind bars. Maxwell's sentencing hearing is scheduled for Tuesday.
As storms were rolling through Southern California yesterday, authorities believe that a woman and her 2 dogs were hit and killed by a lightning strike while out for a walk. It happened in Pico Rivera, and authorities are still investigating. She has not yet been identified.
Yellowstone National Park partially reopened this morning since historic flooding closed all 5 entrances last week. The park's southern loop is now open to the public again with some limitations. The northern loop is expected to reopen in the next 2 weeks.
And as we close things out for us, what we're going to be expecting for the next couple of days is going to be very warm, not too humid, but we will feel that humidity throughout today and going into our Friday. However, as we look into our weekend, well, Saturday's going to be bringing in some chances for some showers and even thunderstorms throughout the area. But then we're going to be looking at a bit of a cool down as we head into our Sunday. We're going to see those 70s back in the forecast for us from Sunday going into our Monday of next week. And then we're going to gradually start to warm back up as we'll see those lower to middle 80s back in the forecast, but it's going to be pretty standard as we'll start to see a little bit more of the seasonal conditions for us, and a couple shots of some showers or thunderstorms will be here and there as we get into the middle part of next week. But guys, once we get past tomorrow, we're looking at smooth sailing for the next couple of days.
Julian Seawright, thank you very much. And thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Have a great Thursday. We'll be back here tomorrow.